Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon wherever you are. I hope everyone's having a good day. I love my Take Me shirt, and it's a bunch of little alien kitties taking a kitty. And if you'd like a hat, let me know. Okay, first of all, we're going to talk about this dream I had last night, because what the fuck? I purposely slept with smoky quartz and rose quartz last night. There they are. Because I wanted to get some information. And I think I got some information. I'll just say that. Well, okay. So follow with me, because I'm going to break it down in multiple parts, because it was like having a dream within a dream within a dream. So, the first part of the dream. If you know the Karamo show, which I love, I watch it every day. I love it. He does good work. I was Karamo on the show, and there were two dudes coming in about their relationship. One of the dudes thought the other were cheating, right? And then the other was like, well, no, he's cheating, it's not me, type of energy. Which, if you watch the show, Karama does unlock the phone, lie detector tests, and DNA tests. Like, basically, it's like the new branded Maury, but you know, with some style. And so they're over here accusing each other about what they had been doing on behind each other's back, right? And while they're doing this, they're like throwing each other under the bus. Well, you did this while I was sitting there, you know, over here struggling and da 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 da. And they're like, no, I was doing that while you over there doing that with them and da da. Like, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just sitting there, like, you know, listening, because, you know, Karama takes them a second for them to get it out. And I'm just listening. I'm just like, dang, like, they sound like they don't really like each other for real, though. They sound like they're just dealing with each other because they're dealing with each other. Right? And during their argument, one of them says, well, I slept with your sister to get back at you because you pissed me off about some shit you did, whatever it was. And the whole crowd's like, oh! Oh! And I'm Karama, and I'm like, girl, what? You slept with his sister? And he's like, yep, and I don't feel bad about it because he's over here being a dog. I'm telling you, these people, even though they were together, they don't like each other. They just deal with each other, right? And they wanted to make each other look bad, but it's like, both of y'all don't look good. So then they're like, trying to like, the guy who's like, yeah, I slept with your sister is trying to like, defend his actions or whatever, and bro's just like, the other guy's just in shock. Like, he's not even saying a word. Like, he's like, this dude really slept with my fucking sister. Like, he's in shock. And he's like trying to figure out like what to say, because he's just like, that's some foul stuff. Why, like, I don't care how mad you get, you don't sleep with my family, dude. Like yeah. So it was pretty messy. So then I'm talking to the dude who's, you know, I slept with your sister. So I'm talking to the dude, I'm like, so why did you feel like you had to do that in order to get back at so-and-so? And he's just like, well, he's not giving me enough attention, and she's been coming on to me, and I do roll both ways, so I just thought I had a way in while he's sitting here stepping out, type of energy. And again, dude's just like still in shock, and he's just like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you slept with my sister? Like, in shock. So then I'm asking the other guy, he's just like, so is this your first time hearing about the time that he slept with your sister? And he's like, of course it is. He's like, if I ever knew any of that, I would not talk to either of them, because what do you mean? Y'all are sleeping around on me behind my back. She's my sister, you're my dude. Like, what do you mean? Meanwhile, the sister's in the audience. And it pans over to her. This is how my Sakurama can be sometimes. It pans over to her, and she's like she doesn't know what to say either. Like, she probably didn't expect the guy to say anything about it. Like, I don't know. So I hope this isn't anyone's actual situation. That's just a dream I had for part of it. There could be a dude couple who ain't probably working out the right way, and one of them be sleeping with somebody's family member, and he's gonna tell, and not in a nice way. It just is what it is. And it's not gonna be only embarrassing for him, it's gonna be devastating for the guy. Like, it's not good. I'll just say that. Like I said, they don't need to be together. They very much don't like to be together, but they are just together because they're together. And this is how shit starts to happen. When you're with people who you don't really like, but because you think you like them enough that you have to just put them through the ringer in order to prove to each other how much you love each other. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. Don't do that to anybody. If you really don't like someone to be with them enough, or you feel like they're not giving you this and they're not giving you that, then move along. Do not involve people's family in your situations because you don't know how to just end shit. It's really bad. Like, it's really bad and it should not be happening. So that's one part of the dream, right? And then it flashes over to me in a house, and I'm staying with a friend's family, and they're like, so like my bed is here, and their bed's kind of like further away towards the living room area, and it's nighttime, right? Well, I see the door. We're kind of like in a flimsy space, but we're about to move, and I see the door like crack this much with light, like someone's like trying to come in, but it's like nighttime, so like who's coming in at night? Everybody's asleep. So then I get up, I shut the door, but then the door doesn't like shut all the way, and then I peek out the peek hole and someone's standing there, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So then I slam the door shut, and they're just like, well, we have a key to your room anyway, obviously, because we're able to open the door. And I said, I don't give a damn. Who are you and why are you trying to open my door, our door? Like, who, like, did someone, like, who are you? Right? I'm like trying not to panic, but like, you know, trying to obviously handle the situation. So then I grab the doorknob and then basically kind of like break it off in a way so the key can't like go through and like unlock the door. But then they try again to like force the door open, and they're just like, I have a weapon, like, you know, you're gonna get hurt if you don't like move out of the way. And I said, I don't give a damn. You're not coming in here. Like, we don't know who you are. And then the family in the back of me is like waking up. They're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, someone's trying to open this door. And then they ran. And it was a woman. She had like a ski mask on, and she had black hair, and she just bolted. And then right behind her was another girl, blonde hair. And then, so the father of the house is like, oh, hell no, we're not having anybody break into my home. He chases them down, and they're like scream running, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So then as they're running, they happen to slip and fall down the stairway, which is like leading up to the place where we're staying. And they basically just tumble down the stairs, right? And meanwhile, the father figure of the house is like yelling at them, like, get the fuck out of my house, like, you're not supposed to be in here, I don't know who the fuck you are, da 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 da. And as these girls are like tumbling, like, you know, like, you hear some bone cracking, you hear some screaming and squelching, and you're just like, dang, that didn't sound good. So then we run towards the ledge of the railing to look over the stairway, and they're just out. There's a little bit of blood, so maybe one of them had hit their head or something, but they're just out. So then I look at the dude, I'm just like, okay, so what do we do? Like, do we like call the cops or whatever? Like, what do we do? And he's just like, no, leave him there. And I was like, what? He's just like, no, leave him there. He's just like, they try to break in, so leave him there. We ain't gonna help him out. Like, obviously, God solved the problem. That's what he said. He said, God solved the problem, so leave him there. And I said, okay. Okay. And then it flashes again. This is what I'm saying. It's a dream within a dream within a dream. So it flashes again into another dream. Thank you for joining. It flashes again into another dream. And this is where it gets, like, I would say, fantastical, right? The key that the woman tried to open the door with appears in my hand, and I'm sitting like in like a limo type thing. Like, it's a long stretched open space, but there's just seats towards the back and there's a driver in the front, but I can see the driver the whole time. And he's like asking me, he's just like, so where are we going, da da da. And I said, well, I have to figure out like where this key goes so we can find out what we got to do. Don't know what I'm doing, I'm just doing it. And meanwhile, on the other side of the car with me in the seats is a woman, but she feels familiar. And the driver is an older man, and he's like, here, I have something for you guys to eat while we're on our way there. And all of a sudden it just smells like fish. Like, this man is like an old Russian man, and he just brings out like you know, dried fish or whatever. Like, he brings out dried fish. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what's that smell? Like, why would you have that in the car? Like, da da da. And he's just like, oh, it's, you know, a little snack that I have here and there. And, you know, he said that, you know, we're gonna need our fuel for the ride we're going on or whatever. So then he hands it to the girl that's sitting with me in the back, and she starts like gagging, and she's like, I can't eat this. It just smells so bad. And then she just throws up. Just all over the back of the car. And then like he starts feeling sick, and then he throws up while he's driving. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then he has to like speed pull over real fast, and then she's like thrown up and passed out. Like, it's not funny, just the imagery is funny. Like the smell of it got to her so bad she couldn't stand it. She threw up and passed out, right? And then the guy in the front is like, oh, it's okay, like, we'll just clean her off, like, you know. And I'm like, what about you? Like, you're covered in throw up, the car's covered in throw up, like, we need to like hose this bitch down. And then so we go to like, it's probably like midday, almost about sunset. It's getting dark basically. And so we go to like, we're kind of like in the middle of nowhere, but we go to like a gas station to kind of like hose out the car. And she's again still knocked out, just like knocked out. And then he tells me to go inside to go grab something as he's like, you know, fixing up the car. And I'm like, okay, like, yeah, I'll go grab whatever. And when I go in, it like flashes to a corridor. So it's not a gas station anymore, it's like a corridor. And then I kind of turn around for a second, and I'm like, wait, hang on. And then the door shuts behind me before I could say anything. And I'm going down this corridor, and I still have the key, by the way. I have this key, and I'm just walking down the corridor trying to figure out how to get out. It's like kind of narrow, and the walls are kind of like old hotel wallpaper, but it's like all red. And I'm going down this corridor, and there is a door that I do see, but as I get, it's like the Willy Wonka effect where you like go down the way, and like the door gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I like go towards the door and use the key, and it opens. And I'm like, okay, so I guess we'll go through the door. So I go through the door, and then I see like a group of like, I don't know, preteens or whatever. They're like, oh my gosh, like, thank God you're finally here. We've been waiting for you this whole time. And I'm just like, what? Waiting for me to do what? And they're like, we've been waiting for you because you're supposed to be like here to teach us something, right? We signed up for a class that you had. And I'm confused. I'm like, I was just back there with my driver trying to hose off a girl in the car. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then I said, well, what kind of class are we doing today? And they said, duh, we're doing, what did they say? We were basically working with the elements. Whatever that may mean to you. And they're like, yeah, you're supposed to be teaching us how to do this so we can grasp the concept of what it means to really be in tune with yourself. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, totally, right. And I'm just saying this because I'm just, again, confused as to where these kids came from and how I ended up hosting a lesson. Anyways, the dream gets to that point, and this is where it gets really, really weird, to me anyways. So as I'm teaching these kids how to use the elements to hone their inner skills, right? There is one kid that kind of goes off, like to the side, is kind of doing something else. And I'm just like, hey, like, you know, you want to join the group? Like, you know, you can be involved in what we got going on. And they're just like, I'm trying to manifest something else. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? And then I look over their shoulder, and it's like a jar full of black sludge. Like, it's nasty, gooey sludge. And I'm like, oh, what's that? They're like, it's what I'm trying to use, and if you drink it, it'll help you to use your abilities faster. And I said, well, who taught you that? And they were pointing to a corner. There's like a big shadowy figure in the corner. And I just like look at it like, because it sees me see it, and I just try not to panic, and I grabbed the kids and I said, all right, we have to go. And the kid in the corner was just like, no, we have to stay because we have to finish what we're doing. We can't just like up and leave, you know? And I said, no, we have to go. We have to go now. So then as I'm like taking the kids out, the shadow grabs the kid that was in the corner and like holds him up. And I'm just like pushing the kids out the other way and like standing my ground and being like, fuck, like I'm gonna have to do something about this thing because obviously it has a kid now. And before I could like do anything to help the kid, it like takes the kid and like puts it to its body and like basically absorbs the kid. And he's like screaming and screaming and screaming. And then he drops the jar of black sludge or whatever it is. And then it just like venom like bursts in all around this black figure and then like envelops it. Like it's like cocooning itself. And then I'm just like, fuck that. And then I just bolt. Running with these kids to get out of here. Da 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 da. And then and then as I'm going, the hallway we're into like stretches out and the kids are further away from me. So then as I'm like running and running and running, I'm not really like getting anywhere. And then I can see the black shadowy thing like from down the other side of the hall, like basically like moving out of its like cocoon thing and like about to burst out and like come after me. So I'm just like, fuck that. I'm gonna keep running and running and running and running. And then I finally get to the door and like burst out. And then I'm in a town. And the kids are outside like, oh hey, like I is everything good? Like da 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 da. And I'm just like, what? Good. Like there's something that just took that kid and now it's coming this way. Good. What do you mean good? And they're just like, yeah, everything's fine. What do you mean? Like, you know, you're just freaking out. Like that wasn't, you know, that was just whatever. Like trying to dismiss whatever just happened. And I'm like, no, like there's something coming this way. And before I could get really far from the door, the black thing like holds its arm past me and grabs another one of the kids and takes it within its body. And then I just like go across the town and just like scream to them like there's something here, we have to escape, like we have to evacuate, you know, trying to be, everybody's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like everything's fine, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden the black monster like stomps on the ground and it like cracks a deep like hole in the ground of the asphalt and everything just like goes up like a giant earthquake, like boom. And then of course like everything's getting tossed and turned, people are getting piled onto by cars and trees and houses. Like it's like basically a fucking massacre happening right now. And when that happens, all of a sudden things go black and it just washes over everything and like takes everything into the crevice of the ground. And then the crevice squeezes itself shut. And I hear like the screams and the crunching of the bones and like the squashiness of the body squishing, like ugh. And all I hear is screaming, and then it's like at that point like I'm above the situation and I'm just watching it all happen. And as like I'm watching it, I see like the kid who had the black jar like appear his head above the crack, and he's like covered in blood and screaming. And then you just see like the asphalt like squish him. And then again I just hear the squashing and the squishing of the bodies and everything and the screaming. And then when that happens it just goes quiet. And it smells like hot rubber and blood. And then I woke up. Don't know. That was just a dream I had within a dream within a dream within a dream. So, I suppose don't let your kids touch or mess with dark shit that they shouldn't be touching or whatever, because it seems to have summoned something that they cannot control, whether you believe in it or not. Kids really play with shit they shouldn't be playing with, I'll just say that. I went from a gay couple having a fight and one of them sleeping with their family members to me in a car with a Russian guy handing me fish and one girl throwing up, to me in a quarter, to meeting kids and then one of them trying to summon a demon and that demon envelops the children and then destroys a town, to them all getting basically like enveloped in this blackness and shoved into the asphalt of the ground and then just smashed together. Don't know. Couldn't tell you what it means, but that's what it was. So, and then I woke up a little tired than usual, but I took a shower and now we're feeling great. Now we're feeling like, ee. So I don't know what that was about, but that was a dream. So take it as it resonates. But somebody might be sleeping with somebody's sister or whatever it may be. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull some tarot first. If you know anybody who's in a male and male relationship and you might have some inkling, I suggest 1, you get tested, and 2, you really evaluate yourself and how you treat yourself outside of relationships. Because these 2 people, like I said, they didn't really like each other. They were just dealing with each other because they were dealing with each other. It's like those couples that have been together for like a long ass time and then blame each other for why they hate each other. Like, it's like that. But anyways, that was a dream. I'm gonna pull some tarot, see what they like us to know. Oh, sorry. What would you like the collective to know, Spirit? Ooh. Oof. All right, we have 3 of Cups reversed, overindulgence, heavy partying, isolation, independence, alone time, 3s of crowd, and gossip. Yeah, that's what I was saying about this couple. They're overindulging. He literally said, because you weren't giving me what I wanted, I fucked your sister. Like, he did not care. He said, well, bitch, you've been putting me down. You've been making me feel like I'm isolated. You've been gossiping about whatever we got going on. You're having me have all this alone time because you're over here, you know, trying to be independent or whatever. Like, that's what he said. You're trying to be independent or whatever. Like, meanwhile, this person who said it is saying this is a heavy partier. Like, oh my gosh. Like, they just don't need to be together, whoever this is. And he's like, and 3's a crowd, and the other guy's like, 3's a crowd, because you shouldn't be fucking on my sister, bitch. Because I don't give you what you want, then break up with me. Like, that's such a low blow. And it is. I agree, it is. We have the 10 of Pentacles, wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. Can you see that? 10 of Pentacles. And then we have, after that, the 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork, collaboration, learning. Inflammation. Am I saying that right? Building something. Yeah, okay. So the other guy who was trying to like say like, yeah, we're trying to build something together. Like, I thought we were doing what we were doing together. And because I'm over here focused and I'm over here working and I'm over here doing what I need to do, you just step out and fuck my sister, dude. Like, the other person's the heavy partier, the overindulgence. Meanwhile, the other person's like trying to work together, trying to build up something, you know, make money moves type energy and build something. And this other guy is just all about the gossip, wants to bring 3 in the crowd, you know, doing their own thing. And it's really hurting their relationship. It's really hurting their relationship. And after he did what he did, oh, judgment on the bottom of the deck. Oh. God has put judgment over this situation, okay? If this is your situation, I'm sorry. But your mans did you dirty. Leave your mans alone, okay? He was messing around with your sister, your family member, your cousin, whoever. It was a female. And she didn't bother saying nothing to you because she didn't think you'd find out. But here we are on national TV because we were on the Karamo show in my dream. And it came out. and on top of that, it came out out of anger. It wasn't out of like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I just never should have did that to you. 10-10, right place, right time. Look, they said it needed to be public. It needed to be public. We needed to hash this out publicly, apparently, is what they said. And that's why judgment has been brought on the situation. Rebirth, inner calling, new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. Yeah, this person's under judgment. He fucked around. He's about to find out. Confirmation. He fucked around, literally, and he's about to find out. Dude slept with man's sister, cousin, whoever, to get back at him because dude was too focused in his mind, too focused on getting the bag. But he was building this to have for them. Does that make sense? Like, talk about ungrateful. He's over here busting his ass, working as hard as he can, and the guy's just like, you're not partying enough with me, you're not sleeping with me enough, you're not giving me enough attention, so fuck you, I'm gonna fuck your sister. Like, he didn't care because it was all about him. And that's why judgment is on his ass. Now he's like, no, please forgive me. Like, I would have never done that if I'd known that you were trying to build a better life for us. I never would have did that if I knew that you had been working so hard. I thought you were just sleeping around on me, so I slept around on you. Like, and this guy's about to have a rebirth away from this person because, yeah, he's been balancing too much. He's been balancing this whole relationship. He's been balancing his finances. He's been balancing his mental, his emotional. And he's just sick and tired of this dude. And this has to be the last straw. I would hope so. This would have to be the last straw. What up, Gucci? This would have to be the last straw. Multiple priorities. Time management. Adaptability. Balancing decisions. Yeah. That's this guy's energy. He's like, look, I really gotta sit back and think about this because you just did me the dirtiest of the dirty of the dirty while I'm trying to build a life for us right now. While I'm trying to progress our shit. And you fool around because I ain't giving you enough. Look what I've already given you. Look what I've been doing for you. And this is what you do to me, my family? You touch on my family? Because I ain't giving you enough attention because I ain't partying with you enough. It's called I got shit to do. Like, this person's the other person's so immature. Like I said, he's making it all about him. Well, you didn't give me that, and you didn't give me this, and you didn't treat me that way, and you just were ignoring me. Like, and then he turns around and be like, no, I'm so sorry, I never should have, I never would have, I never. No. There's no excuse. In the sister in the situation, quiet. She hasn't said a word. She hasn't said a thing. Oof. Oof. The drama. I'm glad I'm not dealing with anybody. Oof. We have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, and depression. Yeah, like I said, this person's been trying to think about what to do. The judgment has been called. That's the decision. They're done. They're done. Whoever energy this is, they're done. They have to go. They're done. They've been caught. They've been busted. It's been on national TV. They are done. He's like, the energy I'm picking up is, he's like, look, dude. Like, first of all, you party too much. You want me to just stay with you all the fucking time. And the second I'm trying to do something, you assume I'm doing something else. And because you assumed I was doing something else, you went out and did someone else. While I'm sitting here working my ass off, providing for you, while you just sit back and party, drink, drug, whatever you're doing, all while complaining to me why I ain't doing what I'm doing for you. Go fuck on my family. And I had long-term plans with you. I had long-term goals with you. I had shit I wanted to do with you. And you fucked me over. Literally. So judgment has been called in the situation because it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. The second you stepped out, it was out of my hands. Like, he's pissed. And he should be. I would be pissed too. I would be pissed too. You're working your ass off for somebody. You're trying to provide for somebody. And, you know, you're trying to, like, you know, do your best that you can with somebody. And they literally go fuck your family because you're not available. Man. I would be heartbroken too. I would. But like I said, this person has their priorities intact and they're making decisions. Judgment has been called. They needed a sign to leave. They got one. Again, the sister, quiet. Whoever this female is, quiet. Like, I kind of feel bad for dude. I do. It's like he had long-term plans and now he literally has to just dead it because dude wanted to make a dumb decision. All right, we got the 9 of Wands. Inner resources, struggle, overwhelmed, on edge, defensive, paranoia, exhaustion, fatigue, lack of motivation. Yeah, it's probably the other person. He's like, what am I gonna do? I'm so sorry. And now not only is he like, it's probably both of them to be honest. They're both in struggle. One's on edge because he doesn't know what he's gonna do without this man. The other one's on edge because he's trying to figure out what to do about his family member. Because what the fuck? The other person is like sick to their stomach, not only what they did, but the fact that what they did is making the situation be the reason why it's ending. No, it can't end because of me. I don't want it to come out that it ended because of me. But again, it was on TV. It was on national TV. It was publicly viewed. And this person really didn't care. He in the moment of what he was saying, he put on a show, right? Not even caring about dude's feelings like he should have. It was, yeah, I slept with your sister because you over here doing this. Like, he didn't care. But now that dude's like, no, I don't want to deal with you anymore. No, I don't want to be with you anymore. We got to end this. Like, you've been doing too much. All you do is party. All you do is stay at home. All you do is sleep around. That's all you ever fucking talk about. Like, you got nothing worthwhile. And guys like, no, please, like, forgive me. Like, I just didn't think that, like, this person is like, oh my gosh. This person sucks. If this is a real situation, I'm so sorry. This person sucks. This person sucks. And your family member who slept with them sucks even more. Because what was that about? She, again, has nothing to say in the situation. She's quiet. I haven't picked up any of her energy. Like I said in the audience, she was just mouth covered, like in shock. She has nothing to say. She's got nothing to say. Ooh, I got Kalani on in my ear. Came here on your own. After hours? Okay, so that's probably what happened. It probably happened when dude was out of the house. She probably came by looking for him, and he's like, hey, what do you want to like get down and do some, like, you know, I got a little, and how about we get a little comfy? And that's probably why she's quiet. She probably didn't mean to do it. I'm not saying there's an excuse for that, but it sounds like he influenced her to be under the influence and she just rode the ride with him. I'll just say it like that. And That's why she's quiet, because she doesn't even know what to say. Again, judgment has been called on the situation. Again, I'm sorry if this is your situation. Take it as it resonates. But we have 2 of Cups upright. Unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, and connection. Yeah, that's why he's heartbroken, because he knows that's what he was about to do for him. He was working his ass off, doing what he needed to do, working after hours, and meanwhile his man's is doing him dirty. Literally. Like, I don't know how his sister can look at him in the face, because oh my god. It feels very much sister energy. It's like they both hang out with this person, and there happened to be a night he wasn't around. They got under whatever influence they were under, slept together, and the other dude was accusing the other dude of cheating. Wasn't cheating, was actually working literally after hours for their life. And dude was like, I'm just gonna sleep with her because you don't like me like that. Like, oh my god. It's so petty. And then he wants to be like, no, please, no, please. Like, it's very upsetting. It's just very upsetting. I feel for this person. If I found out someone I was with was sleeping with a family member, I might, trust and believe me, we are not talking ever again. Or even maybe that family member, ever again. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. Trying one more time, indecision, aimless drifting, avoidance, fear of change, fear of loss. Yeah, that's this guy. He's gonna try to say whatever. He's gonna try to do whatever. He's gonna try to act how whatever. Just to see if he has an opportunity to come back. Just to see if his mans will forgive him. This could look. It either could have been a relationship between these 2 men, or it could have been a friendship between these 2 men. Either way, one of them stiffed them by sleeping with each other's family member. And obviously, guy feels betrayed because he was working up to this relationship for marriage, for long-term connection, for a unified mutual attraction kind of love. And dude just says, I want to party, I want to have sex. So you're not here, I'll go fuck your sister. Like, and again, she could have been under the influence too. It's not an excuse, but it seems like the guy knew what he was doing in the moment, and he took advantage of the situation, and honestly of her. So he's like, let me just try one more time, let me just apologize one more time, let me just figure it out one more time. I don't want this to change. I don't want to lose you. I'm trying to avoid the situation. I just don't want it to end. And oh my god. Again, this is why I'm happy I'm single right now, because I could not. Anything else you want them to know for the situation, Spirit? This is just the energy that I've been picking up on. Two men, friends, are really close, or in a relationship. One of them likes to party and drink and drug and lots of sex, and one of them are literally trying to work their ass off to get them out of the situation they're in. And when dude don't get what he wants, he just says, well, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna be independent. Like, I want to be independent. I don't need you around. And then it backfires, and then yeah. 8 of Swords upright. Negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, entrapment. Again, that's other dude's energy that did all this. He feels stuck in the situation he put himself in. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't even know how to feel right now. Like, bro is in shock. Like, the other guy, obviously in shock and feels betrayed by his family member, most of all. But I think he's starting to understand that the guy that he was with might have done something to put her under the influence just to get her to sleep with him, which is day raping. So that's not good. That's why again, she's speechless. She doesn't know what to say, because either she doesn't remember it happening, or she just really, or she was threatened or something. Again, she's quiet. I don't see her or feel her energy in the situation at all. It's literally just these two men. Like, oof. And if that's the case, man is not safe. What do you mean you influenced my sister, got her drugged up, and slept with her? That's not cool, dude. Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. And maybe that is what he's coming into light about. That mental clarity. Maybe he's like, well, if she doesn't remember, then maybe she was influenced with something that she didn't even know she was taking. And hold on, sorry. He's trying to, okay, the guy that influenced the girl is trying to blame the girl for why it happened. Oh, she was shaking it. She was coming on to me. She knew that you weren't around. She's been coming on to me for a while. Like, this guy is sick. Not only did he influence her to sleep with him, cheat on his mans, and blame her for why it happened. See, victim mentality. He's not even taking accountability. He's blaming her for why it happened. Like he wasn't involved with the situation. This is making me upset. Who is this man? Who is this person? The audacity, dude. The audacity on this man. Victim mentality for sure. What do you mean you influenced her to sleep with you? And then turn around and blame her for why it happened. Like she was coming on to you. And this dude knows his family well enough where they wouldn't do that. They know their type. They know their relationship. But he was cool with her sister hanging out with the guy because that's his sister. She ain't gonna do nothing. And dude was gay, right? Dude was gay. Why would he? Oh, come to find out, he likes girls too. And he just did that out of spite. And everything catches up eventually, bitch. Judgment has been called. Where is it? Judgment has been called. You are never safe from whatever you do in the dark. Let's say that right now. No matter what you think, no matter what you think you're trying to do, you are never safe. That's why he's having these negative thoughts. Self-imposed restriction. He did this to himself, and yet he blames everyone else. He blames the guy he was with. He blames the girl he slept with. Like everybody but himself. And it's sad. Victim mentality. Entrapment. Imprisonment. Look, if he did that, that is a crime. And yes, he does need to go to jail for it. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna get an ass beating before that even happens. What would you like them to know, Spirit? Because this is some hot tea I didn't expect to pick on today. Oy. We have the Eight of Pentacles, upright, diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, repetitive tasks. Yeah, I feel like this was the guy that, again, was working towards that long-term relationship, working towards that marriage, working towards a lifestyle that he could maintain with this man. And the other guy was like, I don't want any of that. I want it now. If you ain't giving it to me now, then it ain't worth it. Like, this guy he's on one. And then turns around asking for forgiveness, and then turns around and then blames the girl, and then turns around and then blames the guy, and then turns around and says, oh, it's your fault, it happened anyway. Like, oh my God. Bro, I'm glad this other person has high standards and is gonna end this shit, because he needs to. Whoever this other man is needs to end it. He needs to end it. Don't do nothing brash and beat his ass. I mean, because he might press charges on you because he's that type of bitch. But he committed a crime against your sister. Report that shit and get him away from you. Whether it was your sister, your cousin, whatever female you got around you, he influenced her with something, whether it was a drink or something they smoked. They got into it physically, I should say sexually, and it feels like because she's quiet, she doesn't remember or doesn't know what even happened, which is graping. If she doesn't remember it happening, bitch, she did not agree to it. She did not consent to it. Okay? You have to understand that. Just because her body was there doesn't mean she was there. And this guy did not care. He literally said, I don't care about her because I'm just doing it to get back at him. Like, he didn't care. But now he only cares because he got caught. And not only did he get caught because of what he said out of anger, he's getting caught up because now it's starting to all make sense about all the other shit he got involved in. Like, he can't hide anymore. Whoever this man is, can't hide. What else would you like to know, Spirit? This is messy. Why did I pick up on this? Hold on. All right, we got the, we have the Nine of Pentacles upright. Fruits of labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. Yeah, I feel like when this man who's been working hard, been trying to do these things, yep, because look at that. We have the Ten of Wands reversed, doing it all, carrying the burden, delegation, release, overstressed, burnt out. Yeah, he's been doing so much for this man that he's been trying to build, right? He's literally been trying to do his best to build up their lifestyle and home. And he's just weighed down and upside down, carrying all of this. But I feel like when he leaves this situation, and hopefully his sister or whoever this is to him can make amends, it'll be for the better. They'll have stability, they'll have everything that they've been wanting, they'll have the financial independence, they will have that. But dealing with this man who's been trying to entrap him, playing the victim, whatever it is, needs to end. Because not only did he fuck you over, he fucked over your family. Literally. Literally. So you gotta, my friend, guy, you gotta stop. Whatever you're doing for this man, stop. 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 Because it's just leaving you in negative thoughts and despair and making you feel like you're lost and depressed. This is this man doing every type of worst thing he can to you because he thinks he doesn't like you. He says he likes you, but he don't like you. That's the thing. He's so mad when you're not with him, but yet he don't like you enough to stay with you. Does that make sense? Confirmation. Come on now. And it's so infuriating because y'all have probably been together for a minute. If you've been thinking about marriage and stuff, if you've been trying to build your lifestyle so you can like have a good financial, stable home or whatever it is, but he's out here partying, he's out here doing his own thing, he's out here sexing around and not even giving a fuck about what you feel about it, bro. Like, honestly, like, you gotta leave the man. It's not worth it. I don't know if it's a friend, I don't know if it's a family member, I don't know if it's your boyfriend. You gotta leave the man. Okay? You gotta leave him. He is not worth it. He's not even worth he's not worth putting hands on. Judgment has already been called. Press your charges and leave him alone. I'm sorry it's so heavy if this is an actual situation, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm telling you, don't go to jail for it. Don't do it. And again, this sister energy has been very quiet, and I think she's just putting herself aside because it's not her deal, it's theirs, but unfortunately she was involved. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, reverse. Lost opportunity, mischance, bad investment, lack of planning and foresight. Yeah, this guy didn't think about shit. Now that this guy sees that his partner was about to be all in for him, he's like, oh fuck. I really messed up. I really screwed up. I really ended something that could have been my all. Because of my selfish actions. Like, he's not saying this to himself, but he's like saying it to himself. Does that make sense? like he's slowly coming into the realization he's the problem. But yet, on the outside, he blames everyone else for why he is a problem. Make it make sense. In this situation, everyone's an adult. There's no kids here. Like, I don't, like, this man, yeah, this man, he did lose an opportunity with someone great. He did miss out on a chance. He did make a bad investment. He did. He lacked foresight and planning and just said, I'm going to do what I want to do because that's what I want to do. And God said, okay, you can do what you want to do, but we'll set you up how you need to be set up because what you're doing ain't right. That's one thing people need to understand. Just because you think you can do what you want to do doesn't mean it's always right to do. You don't get away with shit just thinking that you can get away with it. Like I said, 3 is a crowd. You involved somebody that had nothing to do with your situation, and look what happened. Judgment. Man. I just feel bad for this guy, dude. I feel bad for this guy that was working his ass off for this man. So I've been cheated on. I know what it feels like, but with a family member, whoa. Woof. Woof. And putting her under the influence to do it on top of that. Man, this guy did not give a fuck about any of the consequences to his actions. Anything else you'd like them to know, Spirit, on this situation? Because, oh, I'm ready to drop it. Anything to close it out? Oh, okay. World reversed. Seeking personal closure. Shortcuts, delays, no closure, incompletion. Yeah, this guy ain't gonna get no closure from this man. Like I said, he's gonna be asking for forgiveness. He's gonna try one more time. He's gonna do everything that he feels like he can do in order to turn his world upright. Ain't happening. You have done the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. Not only did you cheat, bitch, you influenced my family member to cheat with you. And then blame them like it was their fault when you drug them. Bro, this person is diabolical. Get them away from you immediately. Get them away from you immediately. Because they don't care. They do not care. They don't care. Unless it has anything to do with money, sex, or drugs, they don't care. They don't care. All right, I'm gonna pull some listen bitch cards for this man, for the other man that's been going through it with this other man. What would you like him to know? Because he needs some loving right now. I'll just say that. He needs some clarity. All right, listen, bitch. Don't forget to celebrate the silent battles that you have won, or sorry, that you have fought and won. Yeah. If this is your message, my guy, I'm sorry. And don't make up some weird situation in your situation if it ain't yours. I'm talking to someone in particular. I am sorry that your partner did you dirty like that. I am sorry that he influenced your family member the way he did. And I am sorry to that family member who was influenced the way that they were. Because none of y'all deserved any of this diabolical shit. You took this man in. You gave him what he wanted. You'd been taking care of him. And he just did you the dirtiest. But don't forget to celebrate the silent battles that you have fought and you have won, including this one. Judgment has been called. Do what you need to do for you and your family and leave this man alone. Please. Because acting on it ain't gonna help. He's a victim of his own circumstances. That's what he wants to be. Anything you say to him, don't get through. He's gonna keep blaming you for not being there. He's gonna keep blaming her for putting it on him. Oh, she was just shaking her ass in front of me, so I just had to, type of energy. No. No. This man had no self-control, had no dignity, had no integrity, had no respect, had not a drop of love for you in the situation when he did what he did. Thanks for joining. So to this man, I am sorry if this is your situation, but you deserve better. You do. And I hope you can recognize that despite this situation. Take it as it resonates. Anything else you want them to know, Spirit? Anything else you want them to know? Ooh, that was a lot, but we'll take the one that dropped. Okay. Oh, make that 2. Listen, bitch. No other bitch can do it like you can. Yeah. You have been working hard. You have been putting your all into it. You've been putting a lot of shit to the side just to get going and going and going. No one can do that like you do. No one can be focused like you can. No one can put their foot into something like you can and have the best results. Don't let this man, this other man, hurt your progress. I know it might be frustrating. You might want to hurt him. You might not even want to talk to your family member, whoever, was involved with him at the time. Take the time that you need by yourself and go heal. That's what you need. That's what you need. And this family member attached to the situation will understand. Because again, they're a victim in this just like you are. But you a little bit more. Well, you both are. I shouldn't say you more than her, but she was the one influenced and then raped, so. So listen, bitch. Take some time to enjoy the things you have worked hard for. Like I said, take some time to yourself. Take some time to yourself. You need it. You need it. Because this is the ultimate betrayal. Like I said, you were building a life. You were building a home. You were building whatever you needed to build for this man. And he just said, I didn't care enough until I needed to care. Which is basically when you're out the door. And that's not how this works. He didn't like you for real. He was just with you to be with you. And because you gave him money, because you gave him drugs, because you gave him a house, whatever it was you gave him is the only reason why he stayed. The minute you weren't giving him any ass is the minute he popped it into somebody else. I'm sorry to be so vulgar, but that's literally the energy. He said, oh, well, I gotta find somebody else who'll give me something. And that's what he did. And he unfortunately influenced this person with whatever he gave them, whatever it was, and that was the situation. Don't be around this man anymore. I'm gonna pull you some daily affirmation cards. I just hope and pray if this is an actual situation, because like I said, this is a dream I had. But if this is an actual situation, I pray and hope that you do right by yourself, that you take the time that you need to for yourself, because you don't deserve any of this. You don't deserve to be treated this way. You don't deserve to be embarrassed this way, because like I said, it was on TV. You don't deserve any of that. Like I said, you have been working for this man, giving this man whatever he wanted to have, and he really just said, fuck you, you're not giving it to me right now, so I'm gonna find it somewhere else. And that sucks. It does. So let me pull in one. What would you like for them to know, Spirit? Any daily affirmation for them? Any daily affirmation? All right, cool. We have emotional health. Yeah. I honor my time and energy by making smart choices that leave me feeling good about myself. With a little sundial clock. Yeah, like I said earlier in the reading, you feel good when you look good, and you look good when you feel good. And this person thinks every time you're doing something for yourself, it's against them, so they have a reason to do something against you, and was never the case. This person never took care of themselves because you've been taking care of them. This person wasn't doing what they needed to do for themselves because you were doing it for them. And while you were doing that for you and them, they just assumed that you were stiffing them, so they had to stiff you some kind of way. Basically hit you where it hurt. But while they did that, they basically committed a crime. They made a bad investment. And it's like, it makes me so upset for this man. So because you weren't getting my ass when you needed it, you drugged my family and slept with them to get back at me. Because like I said, this sister, whoever this is, doesn't feel like she knew or was involved mentally what was going on. She was there, but she wasn't there. And I feel bad for her too, because yikes. He wanted to put somebody else in the situation. Three's a crowd. He wanted to put somebody else in the situation for it to be a reason for them to split up. And that's such petty ass shit. If you don't want to be with somebody, bitch, break up with them. Stop trying to create these crazy scenarios. It's really fucking weird. Just to have more drama and drama and drama for it to end up to be a crime, bitch. Stop. Stop. Like I said, this person just needs to go and honor their time and space, because they have a lot to think about. They do. They have a lot to emotionally go through. They thought you were going to be the one, man, and you just did them the dirtiest. Ugh. Ugh. They were thinking about marriage and proposal and all this shit, and you just said, well, they're not giving me attention, so fuck them. Like, if that don't show your true colors right there, that shows your true colors. What else would you like this man to know? Spirit, because I'm starting to get angry. What would you like this man to know? How else can he go and heal? How else can he go and heal? Because he needs it. How else can he go and heal? Alright, we have relationships. Yeah. I am a master at setting boundaries that protect my time, energy, creativity, and emotional well-being. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you're gonna need some time. You're gonna need some space. And whether or not this family member came on to your guy, it don't matter. He did what he did. And this is a good example of why you need to start setting boundaries. Unfortunately, we learn the hardest lessons, but they end up being the greatest teachers. We learn the hardest lessons, but they end up being the greatest teachers. There is a reason judgment was called in this situation. It was because it was not meant for you. You may have loved this man, you may have dealt with this man, however you dealt with him, but he did not give a fuck what you had going on. And I say that not to put you down further than you feel. It's literally the reality of the situation. He didn't care. Because if he cared, he would have never went as far as drugging someone to sleep with them to get back at you. And you just gotta leave it alone. All right. Environment. I love my home, and my home loves me. Yeah. You see that? With love across the sand. So maybe you'll be taking a vacation. Maybe you need to, you know, literally put yourself away in a space where you can heal. And I don't mean in a dark room. I mean literally where there's sun, there's greenery, there's leaves, there's healing energy around you, so you can literally let all of this go. See, take me. Take me. Take yourself wherever you need to go heal. It is okay. It is okay. You didn't have to deal with any of this shit. And I'm sorry that you had gone through it. If you're going through it right now. I just legit feel for this man. That's it. I feel for him. And I do hope that you can see that your work that you're doing or will be doing is for a reason. I know that you wanted to have this life with this man, or you wanted to do whatever it was with this man, but this man ain't your man. He was your biggest lesson to set proper boundaries, to have more self-respect, to have more integrity enough with yourself to just let things go when they don't work out. Have more insight on if you're feeling something not right, to listen to that. I just want to give you a hug and tell you it's going to be okay. I'm sorry you had to find out the way that you did, but it was going to happen sooner or later. So, damn, I didn't want this to be on such a heavy note, but that's the message for the day. Take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every situation will be your situation. Like I said, these are dream messages mixed with energy that I've been reading and picking up. So, yeah. Let this man reap what he's sown, because, you know what it is and what it isn't. You can't be blind to it anymore, unfortunately, especially when he's involved your family. So, I love you, collective. I hope you have a good day. I might be back later. And yeah, be good. Don't get scammed. Only Patreon, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I love you. Seriously. Take care of yourselves.